Hey guys, happy May 6th. It is in the afternoon. I was gonna take a quick shower and then do my video and get cracking on the book, but some things just took place, and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and take care of it now. So, um, first of all, a recap of the weekend. Um, my own life with the kids, and some of the things I talked about, and then leading up to today, and kind of some things I just sometimes I talk for my own little therapy to some degree. It is a beautiful day here in Central PA. One of the best, mid 70s right now, not a stitch of breeze. Um, but I want to talk to you about the weekend. So my two things. One was the Kentucky Derby, which I'll talk about, and also my son's baseball team had a baseball tournament down in Maryland. So Saturday we had to be up really early, be down there by 7 o'clock in the morning down in Maryland, which we got to, and it was an overcast sky. The day warmed up. The team went 2-0, and they were the number one seed and was slated to play as many as 3 games on Sunday. But alas, the weather didn't cooperate. It was please stop eating the grass. Good Lord, man. Um, the rain came Saturday night straight through to Sunday, and the rest of the tournament got rained out, which was disappointing because it's great to see the kids, having some success and winning. They don't always. I'm going to strangle this dog that keeps eating the grass and then hacking. Anyway, so we got home Saturday, and the Kentucky Derby took place, which, as I've talked about, greatest 2 minutes of sports to me. I try to share with the family and tie them into it just to have another family moment. Hopefully, I'll be long dead and gone, and my kids with their kids will be, watching the Kentucky Derby and having fun with it. It's just another family moment. This Derby was historic, and historic from the race standpoint, and it had its own little thing with my own family. I'll share with you in a minute. But those of you that watched it, the horse that won the race was a favorite, Maximum Drive, but was ended up being disqualified, and in my opinion, rightfully so. Um, not any fault of the horses. He strayed in front of other horses. The thing that I think gets lost in this, if you watch the replay, everyone's focusing on the horse that they made the winner and the horse that was leading. But the horse that was leading, Maximum Drive, slid in front of 2 other horses. But you talk about miraculous. These jockeys have to weigh less than 115 pounds, and they're on top of these, 1,200-pound animals. And when it's, they're going as upwards of 30 miles an hour. And when Maximum Drive cut in front of the one horse, I believe it was, their hooves almost clicked. That the jockey of those 2 horses had to be so talented to kind of pull up without breaking stride and literally not causing the horse to tumble and himself and everything else. But um, suffice it to say, for the first time in the history of the Kentucky Derby, a horse got knocked down from the horse that crossed the finish line first was not the winner. So there was history in that. Well, in my own home, I get this little gnats buzzing around me. I'm not sure whether to be proud, happy, or a little scared as to what took place. So, what we did here is there were 19 horses in the field. So we went around and let everybody pick a horse until they were all picked. And the pool was that the winner got to choose dinner this weekend, and the second place finisher got to choose whatever dessert. And then the 2 that didn't win would have to cook and clean. Um, so that was kind of the pool, and everybody, me as dad had 4 horses, they all had 5, Kira, Landon, and Jamie. But what took place after was kind of unique to me, and in a way, like I said, I'd know whether to smile and be proud or be scared. My 12-year-old comes over to me on the down low and says, "Dad, you know, if I win or if you win, we both really like a good steak. How about we go with steak and we just, agree right now that we're going to have steak, me or you, if we win?" And I just sat there and smiled because of course, as a dad, I'll do anything for my kids. But did my 12-year-old just conspire to form an alliance to ensure herself a steak? And then she dropped this bombshell on me, kind of when I didn't agree to right away because I was smiling um, trying to absorb what she just said to me. She's like, "Well, if you don't, I'm gonna go big and cost a lot of money and get crab cakes and some other stuff, Dad." So, so not only did she try to form an alliance with me, but she then tried to what's the word I'm looking for? Racketeer me, bully me into joining the alliance with threats of getting crab cakes and spending more money on the dinner. So call it poetic justice when it's her horse that won across the finish line and got knocked down. So my horse ended up winning. But like I said, so what is the world coming to? I have a 12-year-old that's forming alliances and bullying me into going along with her and joining her alliance. So that was interesting. Sunday was a good day for catch up sleep for me for the week. Um, Kids and I sat around the house, and one thing we did do, we watched a couple of movies. We watched the kids watched The Green Mile, and it was funny. I made them watch The Green Mile. Again, I like to watch movies with messages, and again, my daughter, a social injustice fighter. You could see how, uh, in one way she loved the movie, and the other way she hated it. That John Coffey ended up passing, but I had to explain that he had a gift, but it's a burden to carry that gift, and it was just great to share that moment with him on Sunday. Well, fast forward to Monday, which is today. I went to work. I got my few hours of sleep, and um, something happened last night which you don't know about, but someday you will, and you'll look back at this video, hopefully, or at least I will. And as you know, I keep talking about writing a book, and that's become my number one priority to get that done. I also have another novel in the works, and then today, uh, while at work, I had a mini epiphany um, for my third novel. So, and I think this would be the best story of all of them. But I'm excited by it, and so I got that going. So now there's even more reason for me to want to get done doing what I'm doing. And a very great family. Their grandson plays ball with Landon. Had given me tickets to the Revs game tonight. And to those of you that know me, know that I just think baseball is the greatest sport. Nothing's better than spending some time one-on-one with your son at a ball game. And I had plans to go to the game tonight, but this afternoon I got an email that my son's team is going to be playing another baseball tournament this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And I had to make a choice, and I feel kind of crappy about it. That if I'm going to get all these things done, I've got to make a choice somewhere along the line. And as much as I would never want to tell my kids no or I can't, I had to see if his mom would take him to the game tonight. Because that's 4 hours of. Well, I'm going to go into work tonight around 10 o'clock. Time I get done with this shower, it'll be 5:30. So I plan on writing for about 3 hours tonight, because I'm going through the busiest part of the journey. So it's a lot of content. But I hate it, and I kind of, a little part of me feels like a failure. I know I'm not, but a part of me feels like a little bit of a failure that my son was hyped to go to a game with me, and I'm choosing something of my own doing over the game. But I know he knows the bigger picture, and like I said, if I'm going to be gone another weekend, at baseball fields, and the challenge I've got is, for whatever reason, my laptop, the battery doesn't travel. I got to have it plugged in for me to be on my laptop. So when you're waiting 3 hours between games, that's an opportunity to write as well. So anyway, part of me wanted to have a little self-therapy with that. Right now I've got I guess those wood bees that they call, carpenter bees, whatever, ones that don't sting but bore holes in my deck. My dog's up there snapping at them right now, trying to get them in the air. Not very effectively, by the way, but anyway. And then lastly, I wanted to share something with you, which is a lesson I learned just this afternoon and evening. And I have to kind of laugh a little bit in the sense that I'm actually wearing, because I go to work and I've got many of these t-shirts. I went to go mow Heather's lawn. That's my kid's mom. And with the rain this weekend, it was super high. And so let me go down and help out. It's the least I could do to help her. See the kids drop the tickets off before coming home. My daughter gets home a little bit before my son. So I'm out mowing the lawn. And the lesson that I learned today, and I'm sharing with you guys, whether it's the point the thumb message or any message, is that you can never, I guess, repeat it enough, because you think people got it, and the people you think got it, when they don't, it really is eye-opening. So I went down and I mowed the lawn, and thought it was weird that my daughter didn't come out and say, "Hey, Dad, how are you?" or offer me a water, or "Can I get you a towel?" or something like that. So I wanted to make sure she was okay. So I knocked on the door, and no answer. And I knocked on the door a little heavier, and she comes to the door, and she seems surprised. "Dad, I didn't know you were here." And I didn't ask, but again, so right away she said, "I didn't know you were here." And of course she's playing her video game. The bane of my existence is these goddamn video games that everybody's playing. And I know she's on there with her friends, and that's fun for her, but, and again, I didn't ask, but when you start feeding me BS excuses, and I call BS, that's the time to point the thumb and go, "Yeah, you know what, my bad," and not dig deeper. And my own daughter, while I'm wearing my point the thumb shirt, who, of anybody should get the message of pointing the thumb, just kept digging deeper and deeper by blaming other things, and well, not blaming, but making excuses. So, um, she said, "Oh, I didn't know you were here." Well, 3 feet outside the very window you're at, I was mowing a lawn. I thought it was the neighbor. Do the neighbors typically come and just arbitrarily mow your lawn, or is it usually me? Well, I saw the neighbor across the street mowing his lawn, so I thought, okay, well, if you were just curious, even, you live in a duplex. My car is literally 4 feet in front of your front door. If you were that concerned or that curious, you could have taken the 8 steps to see, hey, maybe Dad's car is here. Maybe that's Dad. Maybe I should go give him a hug or see if he wants a water or something. So every time she gave me, first it was a neighbor, then she didn't know, then she didn't see my car, and ultimately the simple fact was she got home, jumped on the video game with her friends, and that was what she cared about most. So if she's listening, I know you're very sensitive, Kira. I'm not implying in any way, shape, or form that you don't love your dad or that you chose your video games over me. The only point I'm trying to make to you is, once you call it, you don't have to make excuses. Just a simple either "I'm sorry" or don't even try to make an excuse. There's nothing to apologize for. You were doing your thing. Um, but the lesson to all of you out there, including myself, is that, I guess I took for granted that my kids have heard the message of pointing a thumb, and if anybody's going to not, make excuses, it's going to be them, right? I mean, their dad did what he did, and like I said, here I am today in my work clothes still, so I'm mowing a deep lawn with this yellow point the thumb shirt on, and you go green, whatever color it is, and here's my own daughter, telling me, "Well, I didn't know you were there, Dad. I thought it was the neighbor. I didn't see your car. I didn't." When it very easily could have opened and looked out the window, looked for my car or whatever. So um, I guess you just can't keep beating home a positive message enough, whether it's this message or any other message out there. And I guess maybe that's a little bit of a lesson I learned today. So, guys, thanks for following. Happy Monday. I know we passed Cinco de Mayo. Hope you all survived it and your tequila intake wasn't too bad. Um, that's what we got. Another beautiful day today. Like I said, I've got to get to the book today. Want to wrap that up. Get into talking about publishing that, sharing it with you all, and then I've got not now one but two novels lined up that I'm looking to writing. I will tell you that writing has been a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. So I don't know what you guys will think of it, but it's been really cathartic for me. So thanks for following. Have a great day. Love you. Happy Mother's Day coming up to you all out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.